My name is Joost van der Sijp. I'm a surgeon oncologist in the Haaglanden Medical Center. Besides that, I'm the chief medical buyer and I'm a member of the procurement board in my hospital. Circular strategies are important for us for two reasons. One reason is that we try to make as small as possible impact on the environment. The other reason is that we believe that the fact that you buy in a circular way, that the cost will, in the end, will be lower, and the amount of waste which is produced by the hospital will be lower. And waste is a very expensive thing in hospitals. We reduce waste streams in our hospitals in two ways. One is buy less and have less waste, that's one thing. And the other thing is the waste we have, we try to recirculate via certain companies, and by recirculating them is producing new raw materials out of the waste. Well, we help our suppliers with a strategy of being circular in two ways. One, we ask them to produce in a way that is less polluting. And the other thing is that in our procurement and the way we do the tenders, is that one of our criteria is the one which is the environmental impact of their products. If they do not tick that box, it might be a problem that they will get the tender. Things that can be repaired, we do repair. For example, medical instruments, scissors, forceps, etc. We try to use as less as possible single-use metal instruments. On the other hand, quite a lot of devices we use in the OR are disposable and for single use. You can't repair them, and so you have to throw them away. But in the end, these materials are also recirculated from within a partner of us. We use a green team in our hospital, and the green team consists of a number of people working on the floor, like people from anesthesia, members of the OR, but also members from procurement. And together we try to reduce the waste stream in our hospital by looking at our procurement systems. And the other thing is that we try to reduce waste by using less. An example is when you do a surgery and it used to be under a sterile field. For example, there are a number of procedures which do not really need that kind of thing, and so in that stage you don't use it, so you don't have to waste. In the green team are surgeons or gynecologists or urologists, people from anesthesia, an anesthesiologist, head of the OR team, somebody from procurement, and also some people who are interested in the whole field of getting the hospital more greener and do the Green Deal actually. The green team has a number of successes. For example, single-use hats are forbidden now in our hospital. We use washable hats. Also for the coats we use nowadays is washable. Blankets are not anymore single-use. And also for what I mentioned just before, the anesthesia gases has been reduced by more than 40% in our hospital, the use. The advice I would give to set up a green team in a hospital is get people from the working floor. For example, the people working in the OR know exactly what waste is produced in the OR. And quite often they have very good ideas about reducing the number of the amount of waste in these cases, and they also might have alternatives for single-use instruments or other devices which we use. A supplier should have a green team as well, because they can think together with the green teams of the hospital for reducing the amount of waste, and if that's not possible, making stuff that is really recyclable. From the surgical point of view, it's quite important to think about ways to reduce the amount of waste. And you can think about repairing instruments, that's one thing, instead of single-use metal instruments. The other thing is that when reusable instruments can be used instead of disposable instruments, that might be a step forward. For example, in our hospital, the trocars we use for abdominal surgery, laparoscopic abdominal surgery, are now reusable instead of single-use. Working from that point on, you will get more and more ideas also from the green team to go forward with that.